You good? We'll start with an opening statement and then go for questions.
It's just, again, I want to probably repeat myself on the atmosphere. Saturday was absolutely unbelievable. You know, get a chance to watch the film. I'll talk about that here in a second. But the hill, both sides, just talking with the staff on Sunday, you know, yesterday, and the players, you know, just unbelievable buzz. So I want to give a shout out to everybody involved. You guys here, obviously administration, Ms. Cromer. It was phenomenal. Michael Stevens and his staff, Amy Dean, everybody, Sarah. It was a lot of effort went into that, and the community of Athens got behind the Bobcats, and I'm very proud. Been here a long time. I've seen crowds like that before, but coming through the pandemic, it was great. I know the players truly, truly appreciated it, and they played their tails off. So, questions, fire away.
Coach, this upcoming game against Duquesne, it's obviously going to be very different from Syracuse. They're an FCS school. Do you think this game could kind of be an opportunity for some of the younger guys to get some reps or maybe kind of evaluate some of the depth in certain positions?
It's one at a time, and we're approaching it just like it's an ACC team, you know, and we'll see what happens. I'm not sure if you've been following the college scores here the last 3 days or 4 days, but there's been you know. So our mindset is to play our best this week. I think I said after the game, the big thing is our most improvement comes from first game to second game, and that's our focus going into this game. I have seen all of the TCU game. I've seen most of their spring games from summer preparations. Again, we will be challenged. For me to sit here and say, like Syracuse, come on, I'm not going to do that to you, right? But I know that we will be challenged, and we will have to play our best game Saturday. We're looking forward to being at home afternoon and making an improvement as a football team.
Are you looking forward to playing Joe again?
That's a great question. You know, we'll have to. I mean, not we'll have to. We are doing things for that very reason. I mean, and how we communicate. You know, he knows. Obviously, he's a very intelligent young man, and knows our system inside and out. He's a really good player. I wish he was still here, but as you guys know, the portal is where we live in. That's where we live in today's game, and we welcome it, embrace it. It's part of the deal now. We're not the only university that's dealing with these types of situations, and we're going to have a plan to your question.
Did you see him take a step in those spring games?
Yeah.
To be honest, strong.
Yeah, he did. To me, that's the guy we recruited. That's why we recruited him. It's just that, you know, the competition, and he felt like that was what's best for him, and we support that wholeheartedly. And that's the environment in which this game is right now, with the portal and the things that are coming, upon us in the game. So,
Coach, with this game on Saturday, and then you come back 5 days later against the game on Thursday. With these type of weeks where there's a short layoff between two games, is it more of kind of a mix of looking at film of both games, or is it just looking 1 week normal and then less in the second?
Very good question. Our staff used the summer to do that. To your point, you know, the staff will be locked in on Duquesne. We've got our so-called plan ideas from UL from the summer. We'll be focused on Duquesne. We will modify some practice things for their legs, you know, because it's a short week next week, and we will hit them hard with the hydration and sleep and academics. They will get the academic part of it, because they're going to miss class on Wednesday, Thursday, and they're going to get back at 6 o'clock in the morning on Friday and expected to be in class. So as a staff, we're going to, before we start to film and corrections from practice and or games today, it's going to be, hey, sleep and hydrate, because next week you know, it's going to be a taxing, and just to get them mentally ready for that. But we will be again focused on Duquesne with the things I just said.
With the chance to maybe go back and review the film a little bit more, did anything stand out about the issues inside the red zone?
Sure, yeah. You know, there's good and bad. We definitely had our opportunities, right? You know, in the game. And as an offense, we need touchdowns. That's very obvious. Again, Curtis is he's got 3 games under his belt, not 4. I'd like for him to hit the double move with Jerome Buckner. He was, you know, we had 3 steps. We got to hit that. We had a corner route. He hit the check down too early. You know, the coverage that they hadn't shown a lot. You know, and he's young. I talked about after the game. He tried to side pocket one. They showed 0, and I thought both guys bailed after the game. I thought they showed 0, and then it was drop 8. They actually brought field and dropped boundary, and that's where he's looking. You know, so I was actually wrong on how I explained it, but the same fix is the same fix. I think with more experience. I'm not criticizing Curtis on this throw. Hey, you're going to miss the throw. We're going to drop pass. You know, those things are going to happen. Eventually, we're going to fumble. You know, I mean, Curtis didn't throw an interception last year. It's only 3 games. You know, so how do you want to look at the stats? You know, he went the whole season without throwing a pick. That's awesome. Well, we played 3 games. You know, so how do you look at the data? Again, he is. I really like where he's at. I don't want him. He's trying to make a play. We're going to have to make plays against Power 5 schools. You know, and I don't want to put a bridle on him. I don't want to put handcuffs on him. You know, because we're going to have. As I told the guys, we're going to play aggressive. We're going to call aggressive. And he was, you know, probably a little too aggressive on the interception. You know, his first down, and we had an easy check down, and he had to make a play. But I'm not gonna. We didn't lose any sleep over it because we're gonna have to make some plays. Directly to your question in the red zone, I think we execute, and could I? The first drive we threw a pass to Adam in the end zone. His number 2 was wide open, but his number 1's matched up, and I'm just telling you, their pass rush. I didn't sleep. I mean, all summer. I mean, they are violent pass rushers, and so it was. I mean, they heard every 5 seconds. We're in the red zone. You do not. We are not taking a sack. You get back there, you take your drop, and you get it out. Had he tried to go to number 2, it would have been a sack. I mean, it's just we were matched up. Our 5 O-linemen against their 5 rushers, and the back was looking for the add-in guy, and they were bearing down on Curtis, and he got it out, and you know, those are the things in my head that stand out. So again, we had opportunities, and for us to beat a school like that, we're going to have to make some plays at some times, and we have to take some chances. So.
Duquesne has a pretty good running back duo tandem of Garrett Owens and Billy Lucas. You guys, Sean Tucker and Cooper Lutz of Syracuse, they had some big plays against you. What's your plan to handle this duo? Yeah,
I think there's some things defensively, just fundamentals. There's some things that we can clean up in the front 7. You know, the back end wasn't really challenged. They threw the ball 10 times in the second half, and we're talking about the receiver and those things, but looking at, you know, how they're running the ball, they stuck with what was working. You know, that's I give hats off to Dino and their staff. We pride ourselves in running the ball here and stopping the run, and we're gonna have to make sure that we get the run stopped better than 284. You know that's not typical Bobcat defense, and I think those guys pride's gonna hurt, and they'll respond this week.
How nice was it to see O'Shawn Allison get some yardage out there? You know, obviously he didn't get a whole lot of playing time last year, maybe because of how good DeMontre was.
Right. Yeah, it's great. I think the rep count on those 2, they're almost dead even, 33, 31 maybe, as far as number of plays. but he had some good things. They both did. But it's great to see him back. He's really worked hard in the off season. He's a competitor. Changed his diet. Dr. Jason White's done a great job with leaning him up. He's quicker. He's faster than he's ever been. And if off my memory, I think this is probably the strongest he's been. So I'm very, very excited. You got to think, that young man started every game for us in 2019 as a redshirt freshman. And I'm telling you, had he not had an injury in the Potato Bowl, he'd have been the MVP of that game. He had an unbelievable first quarter, a whole new defense, new defensive coordinator, nightmare on offense. And guys, there's a couple of times in that first quarter, guys unblocked at the line of scrimmage, things we had not seen, and he was able to, shake him and get to the third level in that game, and he got his shoulder knocked down, and he is a very capable player. Preseason, I was very clear on the depth that we have at running back, and there might be a guy or two that's maybe more talented, one guy, but I don't think top to bottom anybody's got a better group than in our conference for sure.
Any update on some of the injuries in the game? I know there's a couple offensive linemen like Gary that went down during the game.
Right. Kurt Daneker's seeing Sergio. Today's Monday. Tomorrow, first thing. It's a holiday today, and I anticipate him being okay. But we are taking every precaution. He was braced up. It's a knee, but he's wanted to go back in the game, And we just let's just wait, sit and see, not take any chances on it. I'm trying to think. I think we had just normal bumps and bruises, nothing serious at this time.
O'Shawn got dinged up.
Yeah, I think he returned after played because he was in there on the last drive, I think. So.
What about guys that didn't play at all Saturday that we kind of expected?
Yeah, as a staff, it's there's some guys they're all competitors. They want to get in there, and staff we have to make sure that those guys understand why they didn't get in, and to keep this team moving forward. It's a long season. We've got to keep those guys engaged and working hard because we're going to need that at some point in time that entire sideline as we've got. There's every game's going to be a gauntlet. Come on, guys, it's going to. This is going to be the best fan schedule in the history of football here. Every game's going to be a barn burner. Who makes plays and who executes? It should be so exciting for the fans and should be fun. Every week's going to be fun. So.
Any first timers get in for you Saturday?
I know. I thought Torrey Cox would get on defense. I don't think he did, but he will play. Miles Cross played. He needs to play some more. I think I'd mentioned him maybe leading up to the game. I know he was a guy that got in as young. I think you'll see. There's going to be 4 or 5 guys, young guys that will see time at some point in time. Philip Cole was in. Nigel was on a lot of special teams. Jake Netherton's played for the first time in 2 years. Jake's a staple here. You guys know Jake, but he's been out with Liz Frank, hamstring the year before that. He hasn't played He has not played since 2018. Denzel Daxon. He hasn't played a game since 2018, I believe. See, I don't know if that's either 17 or 18. I think it's 18 because he didn't play in 19. He's been here getting through all the hoops through the NCAA. I don't think he's played a game, and it was high school since 18. And so I'm not saying anything other than the obvious. We played 3 games last year. They played 11, right?
How did Cannon handle his first start?
Again, there's a few times I think he'll tell you that hey, I can do better. But for his first start versus that physical group, and really probably as an offense, as a defense versus their offense, probably, where's that receiver and there's a lot of drops, and here's how we fit the running game. you know, and it turned into, you know, their offense and our offense, and you know, look at us run the ball, look at us, you know, establish the run, you know. So I think that he has, just like Curtis, right? I mean, he's going to get better each week. That whole group will. I mean, because Keith Thompson's out, Jeremiah Wood is out. Both those guys started a lot of games for us, and so just those two. That's two new positions in the front in the core front seven that we're missing because of injury. So the game. It's again I repeating myself. We had opportunities, but I thought. You know, I mean, it was say what it is. It's a rough start, and our guys didn't falter. You know, I mean, opening drive, here we go, tough decision. You know, Steven in the long field goal. He's made them in practice. It's not like he's made them consistently in practice. You know, versus a rush. And so, was he nervous? No. I wish it had been a 27-yarder and he had a little chip shot for him to start off. Sure, but he's a Power 5 kicker. Was the starting kicker at the University of Oklahoma and transferred in, and he's consistently done it in practice. So I thought, hey, let's go. I mean, does he feel pressure? No, because he's prepared. You know, pressure is something that when you've been asked to do something that you're not prepared to do. I didn't study for this test. I'm nervous. You know, he's prepared to go out there and make it, and we come up a little short. Had the same opportunity again in the fourth quarter when we ended going for it, and you know. Drop passes are part of the game. You just hope they're not on fourth down. You know, we're not going to catch every pass. But we withstood, you know, the opening drive. They go down, quick touchdown, right? We bobbled the kick, the safety. I mean, you know, with the youth of the team, I've seen teams crumble from that point. I've seen coaches crumble. I've seen stats crumble, panic, right? And, hey, what do we do, right? And so the glass is half full. You know, our blood tape's going to be positive, and because the football team is going to feed directly off to the coaching staff, and the coaching staff did one heck of a job to withstand that. And then here we come, right? And our lack of red zone touchdowns offensively, but look at the defense, what they got done. Yeah, we need a couple more three and outs. Field position was horrible. Number-wise, we didn't have a 3 and out. They bent, all right. But they got in the red zone and held them to field goals. Just think, well, you know, those have been touchdowns. We don't want that, but it could have been right. But our guys kept battling, and you know, we had a chance to. We had a chance to be 12-10 at halftime. Correct, but it's 12-6, and we went through all that. Came out in the third quarter. I challenged them at halftime. Defense, get a stop. You know, and we're going to score a touchdown, and they are going to start panicking. They're not going to be able to handle the adversity that we went through in the first half. You know, and they got to stop. You know, and we just could, like, again, I'm repeating myself on the touchdowns. We get a touchdown in that third quarter, and I think it's on. You know, so. I didn't articulate that after the game. I hadn't seen the film yet. You know, it's off my memory. You know, but we definitely had our chances, and we're going to learn from it and get better because it doesn't get any easier.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, Coach.
Awesome. Guys, thank you.